Hi. Oh, my hair is a little... Oh, whatever. It's the morning. Okay. So, I was thinking about it. Doing some deep thinking. Reflection last night was pretty amazing for... as far as dreams and recollection. I've been avoiding that last bowl before bed, hoping that I can recall more, and it's been working. So woke up full of... Before I went to sleep last night, I already planned ahead of time I was going to have a good morning. The last couple mornings I've been waking up in almost a state of anxiety, like the light had completely left me, and I awoke fully in my body, like I was all me and no source, So the last couple mornings, so last night I said, okay, the next morning, or this morning, I'm going to wake up and be full presence, with the source. And that's exactly what happened. I woke up throughout the night having different dreams. They were fleeting, unfortunately, by the time I got back from the bathroom. And so I couldn't write them down. But so all morning I've been just connecting with Source, listening to my spirit guides, searching within, and writing a lot of stuff down. And I just said, for this topic, I just said, screw it. I'm just going to make a video, because by the time I write it down, it'll just be another thing that goes in the book, and I won't have the energy behind it. So I was directed to focus attention on motherhood. What is bad mothering? And it's not really talked about a whole lot, at least as far as mothering of a male. I almost said male mothering. I'm sure there's a lot of that too, and there is, and it's it's a thing. But what I'm talking about is mothers of males, and why guys are the state of mental health with men right now in this day and age. And there's no denying where that's at. So, but no one really talks about ever saying anything bad about mom. Why is that? Why can't we, there's your mother jokes, and you defend your mother and all this stuff. But yet we then live our lives in these perpetual cycles that we can see in other people. And we can acknowledge that, that was a bad mother, that was a bad mother, that was a bad mother. And we see all of these psychological things about other people, but it's not acknowledging our own mother, that we can acknowledge what's wrong with us. Making your peace with that, releasing it, releasing the burden of that. And I'm not sure where I wanted to go with that. I wanted to put that out there, though, that there's not enough being said about bad mothering. And I see it everywhere. It's everywhere but in your own house, right? I mean, unless your mother is obviously like abusive and coming down on you and stuff. But all mothers are different, and they all inflict pain in different ways. But part of some of that pain, at least for a boy, is your mother is teaching you how to suffer so that you may enjoy things, so that you may get the reward. How can I What do I have to do to be happy? How can I allow myself to be happy? Or what parameters do I have to fill in order to deserve this in my life? These are all things that you're taught as a kid, and then these are your standards now in life. So for everything. So like, I can feel loved as long as I give my mom a special birthday card that I made her with my own time and effort. And when I give that to her, I know that she loves it deeply, and then therefore I feel loved. So now, later in life, my gift of love, my true gift of love, is something that I've created for the person that I'm showing affection to. So that's just an example of like how a love language carries over, into later in life. But take that example and really dive into that, because there's a lot of information there. This is childhood attaching to an adult, and apply that to, how was I when I was little? In what ways, when did I get love from mom? When was mom angry with me? When did I feel terrible for things? Or when did I feel happy about things? These are all things that are literally guiding your life right now. So diving into those things, and then connecting the pattern, looking for the pattern, developing, magnifying the pattern, so that, wow, my hair is really jacked right now. I'm trying to grow it out, so I'm literally trying not to cut it as much as I can. So, but I need to hit the shower. No, not because I stink or anything, just I'm gonna cut that out. Alright. There is resonance in the silence. Okay. So back to mom. All mothers are different. And when I said that it's everywhere but not in everywhere but your own home, is because that really it needs introspection at that point. Am I not a bad mother? Is not me personally, but yourself. Am I not a bad mother? Do I not have a bad mother? Was my grandma not bad? All these things that we learn about our matriarchy. And we're taught that that's just how it is. It's how it is in your family. Whether it's right or wrong, that's just how it is. So it begs the question of, do women really rule the world? So no one questions the matriarchy as much as they do the patriarchy. As far as moral, we're really being attacked for that recently, myself included. But we're attacked in a different light than, this whole protecting the matriarchy thing is just a lineage thing, and that ties into, I'm sure Robert Sapolsky would have some interesting things to say about that. Maybe he does. I just need to, I'm still getting through his his free Stanford series on his entire fucking semester of human wow, this is bad. Oh. It is human behavioral, that's what I was looking for. Human behavioral biology. Brilliant professor. And I immersed myself in his work for like 2-3 weeks straight. Like his kids in his semester were getting these classes like every couple days. I'm hitting them one by one, couple times, you know, throughout a day I could knock out, but absorbing. And so I kind of took a break on Robert Sapolsky for a minute, but man, if I could ever get an interview with that man, that'd be incredible. But I'm sure he has a lot to say about, you know, the human, I mean, obviously, what has he figured out about us? Because he would be the one to draw that connection. Him and Freud. Maybe Carl Jung too. Not all them guys. Just all in a room, having lunch together. Let's go play golf or something. Source fills me with that feeling. Just, man, that would be my inspiration. The other day I was asked to consider, I think I was in a meditation, they were like, oh, recall your role model or anything. And I'm thinking, since I've awakened, I haven't thought of that since high school, and my role models were completely different. And after high school I became my own role model. So and then I actually considered who now would I role model, and I'm just thinking of random names, but at the same time thinking about different things I've picked out about each one that really wouldn't make them the right role model. But what I just listed off there, Robert Sapolsky, Sigmund Freud, Carl Jung, Einstein, I mean, you know, gather them all into those are my spirit guides. I'm just fooling now. But the bad mother, what do we do about the mothering thing? Can we transcend this and become better people? Because it's so back to like the mother creating the trauma so that you can learn how to be happy. Basically, you have to learn the balance that this bad happens, if you know, and all this stuff to navigate everything, cause and effect. But is anyone checking the trauma? That's the thing. Is the trauma healthy? You know,